Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a special video to help those in the military or those who've had people who've passed away from having been in the military, all the above having to do with the military right now. There are so many different layers to the situation. There are those who haven't known that this whole time they've been being duped and manipulated. Used as pawns in a bigger scheme that they've been unaware of. Those people, some of them have died, some are still alive and don't realize what they were involved with. Those who have passed away have been given insights and they've been given truths about the situation they now know. And I believe they are helping people who are still alive to cope with the truth when it does come out, and to just basically help with the situation. Now, although there are those also in the military who do know what's going on, and they've been helping out in the DUMBs with sex trafficking and all that kind of stuff, and they've had to see some pretty horrendous things and have been traumatized by that as well. And they've been having to deal with PTSD and depression and all kinds of mental illnesses and issues as a result of the trauma that they've had to endure. If they didn't die, if they've been left to live, then, they're suffering in that way, as well as the things they've had to know about and not know about. So, and then there were those who aren't aware that are, have just been told to cooperate with martial law and some things that are going to be happening in our world that are going to, they are going to discover the truth if they don't know yet, and they might be rather shocked. So I just wanted to do a video to help the military right now in general, all those who've passed away, the ones who are currently suffering as a result of it, those who've, the veterans who have suffered from the PTSD, those who are in depression, those who are in denial, those who are about to find out and be rather shocked, all the above, just to show my support and to show just my gratitude for the part that you've played in our awakening. All of you. Whew. Wow, I just felt like wow, I just felt the support of like hundreds of passed away military people who are super grateful and making this video. Wow. Okay. So, wow. All right. And I'm so sorry. And I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry that we're all having to discover these layers of truths that are painful to discover and painful to take a look at, but essential to embrace and essential to wake up to, so that we can make some changes in our world and come into a time of peace. So, all right, everyone, just think about the military right now. Drop your shoulders and relax. Think about those who've passed away, or those who are in the military now, who may not know what's going on, or may they actually know what's going on and are having to keep their mouth shut for now. Those who even are a part of the Nasara and Jasara plan that are excited, everybody included. And the Alliance. I want to include the Alliance. And I want to thank you guys so much for all the incredible work you've been doing for so many years to help all of this happen and to help humanity awaken at this time. And this has been obviously crucial to humanity. Your sacrifice is honored, truly honored by those of us who are just grateful for you and for all that you've done. And there's no way we could possibly fathom what you've been through and what you've done for us behind the scenes and the people you've lost, the friends you've lost, and everything as a result of protecting us like you have. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart and for our entire audience. There's no way we can possibly repay you or thank you enough, but just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully this blessing will bring you much, much needed peace, some renewal, some hope, and a big warm hug. I hope it can help to reset some of your neurotransmitters. I hope it can lead you to some solutions, including med beds or Byron Katie's work or whatever you feel drawn to help alleviate some of the stress of this situation. Maybe the ability to meditate, do qigong, things like that to help overcome the stress. I too have PTSD. I've been diagnosed with. I'm not even going to say that it compares to what you've been through, but I do understand on a certain level what that's like to live with this. So I just, just much, much gratitude to you guys and all those who you've lost over these types of things. Okay. Ama ana shishina ke la asanse. He pe loko na she na taiki akin. La opum po hama ana taishin shena. La pompumama okay la ki san se she la he impon. La sin say. I feel like a gun salute for some of you who never got that or deserve that and never got that. I see the purple heart for those of you who did not get it acknowledged and who were dishonorably discharged. I feel injustices being righted on another level in the 5D, and that you will get your reward. Those of you who deserve it, you will get your reward from heaven, from God. Hi, Sheena and Taipei, and peace of mind is coming, you guys. As we rise into the 5D, you guys will find that peace of mind you've been wanting so badly. Sheena Taikipe Poha Ma'an. Hala Shinche La Kipina Opun. Halakitin ta shishi la ha pampana ai. Now all of you who have not been in these situations, I want you to just imagine one of these soldiers in front of you or someone that you care about that has PTSD or depression or a mental illness. Imagine them in front of you and you just offering up the big, most warm, loving hug you can. Just assuring them it's going to be all right. La ana tai shin shepe la ke inta pumama on, and hug their family members who've had all the stress to endure in this situation themselves, schizophrenia, any kind of mental illness that their family members have had to endure and deal with for so many years. Even those with developmentally disabled children or relatives they've had to take care of in labor for many, many years that feel exhausted and tired and really just need some TLC themselves, please offer them up a hug as well. You guys are true light warriors, light workers to keep your light going despite all that you've had to endure. That silent fight you've been fighting all alone by yourself with no one else to know or understand. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're getting your reward, okay? Peace is coming. Shishihena haila sanse. Hey, Pepe. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through this. Back to let's take a look at who exactly is helping those of you with PTSD at this time and other mental illnesses from this deck here. Who is responsible for helping those with these issues right now? Who do we have to thank and who do we have to lean on in these times? Lillith, face your shadow. Seems appropriate. Lillith. Okay. Lilith sees everything that you strive to keep hidden from view. Drawing this card shows that you've arrived at a point of significant transformation. Lilith meets you at a crossroads. She holds out her hands and says, "Your spirit vibrates with secret powers of old. This wisdom yearns to be shared and used for the rebirth of the feminine soul. The only way you'll access this power now is to face your shadow side. It's everything within you that's been censored, stifled, and denied. Your deep-seated rage, your crippling shame, your fathomless fear, your traumas and wounds, your feelings of unworthiness. You've labeled these feelings as taboo and have never felt able to accept and work through them. Whew. Sometimes the forbidden shadow emotions leak out, leading you down paths of sabotage and self-destruction. Feelings of envy and self-pity hinder you. With me, you can release self-judgment and look bravely into your hidden self. I'll lead you into safe spaces where all your secrets can be spoken. This will release enormous waterfalls of energy. It will unlock your creativity, potential, and passions. It will illuminate the divine talents you've been keeping under wraps. Wow. You'll create your dreams. Not because of luck, chance, or fate, but through realizing that all your power you'll ever need is within you. Don't be afraid. You are ready to shine. For those of you who haven't listened to or watched the video about Mercury retrograde, please go watch that, or at least look at in the description of the video for the timestamps about the message from Amaterasu. Okay, so that's for you guys as well. All right, so additional meanings are to seek professional settings for thorough shadow work. I would recommend doing Byron Katie's work for that. It's simpler, it's inexpensive, and it's profoundly effective. But there are many, many other ways. Shadow energy is influencing the person or situation you're inquiring about. I also highly recommend Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow, for you guys. Make sure you watch that. Trust me, you'll be glad you did, and you'll be laughing the whole way through it. An invocation is my shadow is my inner teacher. So it's time to face these things, you guys, and not be, it's time to let go of the guilt and the shame around it. A Bach flower essence of pine. Just put two drops every time you drink something, like four times a day, will help you within, days to a few weeks to overcome the things that wake you up in the middle of the night, terrorize you, give you those nightmares, and make you cry randomly over things that trigger you. So, and I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And those who are watching this, and the person who sent this to you, if they did, they love you, they care for you, and we're here for each other through this time, okay? We're all awakening to something. We're all getting slapped in the face with some kind of thing about reality that's tough to take, okay? All of us, and we're enduring this together. So arm in arm, united we stand. We are going forth, supporting each other however we can. And we're all getting triggered in different ways, and we're all stumbling in different ways, and some of us are excelling in certain ways as well. So we are just here to spot one another as we make it through this cumbersome time. So here is a light language blissing. To wrap this up and to aid in the continued healing of this. Shen she la apon hot ma'an. They said it's time to put this behind you. The past is the past. Learn to live in the present moment. The past has no definition over you. It has no significance to you except that which makes you stronger, not weaker. Do not let your weaknesses define you. Let your strengths define you. Come out from hiding and shine your light. You are needed at this time. Ha laki pin not that shin. Ha po poma ama ana ai. Ha pa he lakin sase. Okay. Hang on, I was just prompted to take some cards from the deck. Okay, so I got the deck, and then I've got a couple other ones as well that have messages for you guys. Self-care message for these guys today, please. Self-care message for these guys today, please. Self-care message for these guys today, please. Focus. If you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. So really watch what you put your attention on, because what you put your attention on, you're going to actually manifest into your life. So quit dwelling on the things that used to happen, or the things that you could lose, or the bad things that could happen. Start making a wish list of the things you really want to have happen, and be meditating and affirming that. Be meditating on and affirming that those things happening for you, because they will. Love people, love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. So have good boundaries as well. Self. If beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, happy, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. So if you truly want to love other people, it always starts with loving yourself properly, which just means to treat yourself the same way that you would treat a best friend, and to talk to yourself in your mind the same way you would your very best friend, and to do sweet things like making your bed, cleaning your home, things like that you would do for your very best friend who's in a tough place. So just learn to be your very best friend. Put your hand on your heart and just say, I love you. I love you even though you've gone through this. I love you even though you're suffering. I love you even though you get angry at people. I love you even though you torture yourself with these images, thoughts, and beliefs and things that keep you stuck in the past. I love you even though you haven't done thorough healing on some things and you've done drugs, alcohol, or whatever to try to squash it instead of dealing with it in a healthy way. I love you anyway. I love you no matter what. Okay. Security. True security comes from having a reserve of time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Make deposits in all of these accounts and you'll be wealthy. You'll be a wealthy person indeed. Your security and safety comes from what you produce within you, not anything external. Okay, so kindness is your last message for this deck. What if being kind to yourself really could change everything? It could, and it can, and it will. So just make that decision to be kind to yourself. Beating yourself up there's a worldly and a godly sorrow. The worldly sorrow is feeling sorry for yourself, beating yourself up, blaming yourself, blaming others, doing all that kind of not so fun stuff that you end up feeling really bad about afterwards. But a godly sorrow is when you actually do something about it. When you do something productive, when you go to heal it, when you go to have that conversation with somebody and it gets healed and it gets better, doing right by somebody, changing the way that you look at things so that you don't do that thing anymore, choosing a healthier way to deal with it, that's the godly way to deal with it. Beating yourself up is only the way that you treat yourself is the way that you're going to treat other people. So that's just the way that it goes. So start treating yourself better. Okay, what else do you guys want to say, Spirit? Unconventionality, your unique qualities or an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. Embrace it. You bring your own unique flair to whatever you're going to be doing, shine in your light. So be beautiful and embrace what makes you different from others in this way. Quit being ashamed of it. Embrace it. You're on your spiritual path. Look at that. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Good for you. That's what happens when you gain that clarity. When you're willing to take a good look at the situation, then you can start, doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is getting on path. You were supposed to go through all this. I would even encourage you to do the thank you God for my misery exercise, because it's a really good way to accept and embrace things just as they are, and to understand and acknowledge why your higher self had you go through that experience in the first place. So let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. So learn to listen to your divine guidance. You could do a divine guidance council meeting, which I teach you how to do here on YouTube. To learn how to talk to your spirit crew and find out why things happened like they were, or why, just all those answers as to why. As you're on your spiritual path. Okay, so let's look at this deck and then we'll be done. Now, I just said this. That the Star Maiden visited. You guys got to go look at the Mercury retrograde video, because I talk about the Star Maiden in there too. And this is the message the Star Maiden gave me about people with PTSD. I am the angel of peace, and I bring you a new, tranquil, and smoother road ahead. Not more turbulence, not more fear, not more angst and anxiety and things you'll have to get over that you're going to have nightmares about. Smoother road. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one or ones. I'm happy and at peace. I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So those who've passed away, they are helping you. Those who are still alive, they're helping you. In every way that they possibly can, they're here for you. They haven't gone anywhere. They're right by your side, and they're helping everyone wake up to and comfort those who are going to be seeing the truth coming up here. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by animals. by angels. I just feel like, some animals died also as part of their, some animals need to be honored. Some military animals also need to be honored, and they are also helping us transition in through this awakening and into this new, they just said euphoria coming up in the 5D. So animals are here to help as well. Your animals are also there to help comfort you, for those of you who are still alive as well. And I feel like some of the military who've passed away are worried about their animals being cared for, or were worried about their animals when they died. But they're also being reassured in this message that their animals are going to be very, very cared for while they're on the other side. So a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So there are opportunities coming up on the horizon that are going to be very, very healing for you guys. This is not the end of the line for you guys by any means. You are going to be very much needed in this new earth. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So it's time to forgive so you can open to a greater love, maybe even a true love. But you got to let your guard down. You gotta be okay with whatever you feel. You got to validate your own feelings. I love you even when you're afraid. I love you even when you cry and when you're sensitive and when you're reactive. I love you no matter what. You got to do this for yourself. You got to touch your heart and say it. Even go say it in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror and say it without the guilt trip. And then you're going to be flying high, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon be inspired by you and your example when you overcome this. There's also a good video that comes to mind from Muji, The Death of Death. I would watch that video because he talks about the way to truly honor someone who's passed away is to live your best life and to be happy, not to mourn, not to drag it on, not to drag more pain on, not to make even more people suffer for even longer. It's to be inspired by that person as best you can, from whichever angle you can do it from. Pick yourself back up again and make your very best life, to best honor that person you've lost. Okay, guys, I love you all and I send you a big hug. And I thank you for whichever way you guys are supporting this message and those that it applies to. All right. Have a good one. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.